Good morning guys, you join me here on a chilly winter's day where we're going to fit this new Silicone turbo inlet hose available from Comkotes Tuning to my 308 GTI. So this is the piece we're going to be replacing, this large plastic piece. It's quite a visible thing in the engine bay here, so replacing it with this sexy looking silicone piece will make quite a visual difference. The manufacturer doesn't claim any performance increase, although it's certainly a more motorsport oriented piece, something that you want to be upgrading if you were doing other more substantial upgrades. This will wear out a lot more slowly, it's going to be a lot more hard wearing. Things like the Jubilee clip won't wear through the silicone in the same way that it would through the plastic here with repeated removal, and it's going to cope with the stresses of getting hot and cold over and over that little bit more. But the main thing for me is it just looks a lot cooler. So here are the two hoses side by side, and you can see this one looks a lot nicer, looks a lot higher quality, which it clearly is. But there's one thing we're going to have to change before we fit this, and that is we're going to remove this little section from inside the OE pipe. We're going to take out this little plastic tube and we're going to insert it into the equivalent position on the silicone hose, and that means it will clip correctly into the engine, and it'll mean we won't get a check engine light when we come to actually start the car at the end. But you'll see exactly how to do that in the instructions, and it involves making an incision in the plastic here on the OE pipe and then removing the internal piece. So here guys, you can see the small incision I've made in the plastic pipe, and you can see that means this piece here can turn freely. So we're now going to just split this open a bit more. In the instructions it does advise cutting out a larger section of this. I'm going to see if we can just get away with this, and then I'm going to pull this apart and pull this section out so we can pop it into the silicone pipe. So this is the piece we just removed from this. There we go. So with a bit of bending and a bit of a pull, this is the piece you're removing to insert into the silicone hose over there. So here we have the silicone hose, the Jubilee clip that comes with it, and we're literally going to push this into here. It's a really nice snug fit, and then what we'll do is we'll secure with the Jubilee clip over the top before fitting to the engine bay. So there we have it guys, we've got a beautiful silicone hose installed, which looks lovely and shiny inside my engine bay, looks very racy. One thing to point out, we have this redundant cable here, which there is no electrical connector for on the silicone hose. We've just cable tied that out of the way. That normally connects to the oil heater on the OE pipe, which isn't really required. You're not going to notice any difference from that. It doesn't throw up any engine management faults or anything like that. So just keep it tucked out of the way so it's not flapping. And then we have it, a lovely, sexy looking motorsport silicone pipe in the engine bay of my 308 GTI. So there we go guys, the silicone inlet hose is mounted, the car is now ready and prepared for any future really high performance upgrades we do, and it looks great under the bonnet too. So until the next video, thanks for watching.